Sean Miller and Bob Galligher from EMA. This year's military hero, Brian Galligher, Brian, if you could please join me on stage, is the director of the Delaware County Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management. Brian also serves as a lieutenant in the Naval Reserve. He was serving in Yokota, Japan in March 2011 when the Japanese earthquake and tsunami hit. Following under the words of his commander, Captain Scott Jarrett, United States Navy, made it in communication just 10 days following the disaster. Brian has made an enormous impact on the entire operation here in Japan. I've been working very closely with him these last several days and can attest to his impact on our most critical area. My first response after the earthquake was to place Brian in charge of the emergency management unit. Of course, he excelled, but he proved to be a much greater asset to the nuclear power emergency reaction team, not only due to his experience and knowledge as an emergency management expert, but as a nuclear power and mitigation guru. That's quite a word. For his efforts in Japan, Brian was awarded the Joint Service Commendation Medal. The citation which accompanied the award stated, quote, "Distinct accomplishments of Lieutenant Galligher reflect great credit upon himself, the United States Navy, and the Department of Defense," end quote. Brian, for your outstanding service to your country and your community, where we are proud to present you with the Red Cross Military Hero Award. Please.
Hi, Lieutenant Brian Galligher with the U.S. Naval Reserve. I was in Japan whenever the earthquake hit, and my primary job responsibilities were updating people as far as what was going on with the nuclear power plant and actions that take place as far as evacuations, and making sure that troops were okay to conduct operations. Actually, my part was easy. The hardest part of being a military, a military part is the family. Let me say that over again. The hardest part of military operations is the family members. I've got a wife and a couple of daughters, and whenever you're deployed, that's really the hardest part. When you're a service member, you know what's going on, but when you're a family member, you don't really know what's going on. And I also have to look back right now, being a military member, it's tough. It's tougher on the families, but if you think back to Vietnam, that area of people, now we're getting, congratulated. Back then, they would probably been kicked out the door. So, I think things are going in the right way, but the Vietnam generation, I think, are a much tougher time, as well as the current military families. Is really where the hardest part of being in the military is.